She glanced at Sunjin and Minsu, a soft smile on her face, and expressed that she had come to spend time with the baby. Sunjin, trying to be gentle, pointed out that the baby was still asleep and far too young for visitors, but Yunna insisted, explaining that bonding with the baby early on was important and that it would help them form an unbreakable connection. Without waiting for further discussion, she pulled out a chair and sat beside the crib, stating that she would wait until the baby woke up. Sunjin opened his mouth to say something, but Minsu lightly placed a hand on his arm and told him it was all right. She reasoned that Yunna was probably just excited to be around the baby. Sunjin, though hesitant, gave in. He told Yunna to inform them immediately if the baby woke up, then left the room with Minsu. Yunna remained seated, her eyes fixed on the peaceful sleeping infant. Yet her thoughts quickly drifted elsewhere, straight to Wubin. The ache in her chest resurfaced. Spending time with the baby was the only thing that distracted her from the overwhelming thoughts of him. They were supposed to be together now, enjoying a new beginning after so much time apart, but nothing had unfolded the way she had imagined. Her heart carried the weight of unmet expectations and lingering emotions. Elsewhere, Kim's father was at home, hosting a birthday celebration for his stepdaughter. The atmosphere was light-hearted and joyful, filled with laughter, conversation, and the clinking of glasses. Guests moved about freely, enjoying the food and the celebratory mood. Suddenly, the butler at the entrance tried to stop Wubin, telling him that the event was strictly by invitation. But Wubin, in no state to tolerate delays or formalities, pushed past the maid and entered the party. His expression was stern, his movements direct as he made his way toward Kim's father, who was standing with his wife, smiling and engaged in conversation. Without any greeting or pleasantries, Wubin walked straight up to him and requested a private conversation. Kim's stepmother, visibly annoyed, chastised him for his rudeness, pointing out that he had walked in uninvited without so much as a greeting and was now making demands in the middle of a celebration. Wubin remained silent, his focus locked on Kim's father. Kim's father, maintaining his composure, reminded Wubin that he was not welcome, expressing that he wanted nothing to do with him or Sunjin's family, and that they should stop interfering in his life. But Wubin, finally breaking the silence, told him it was urgent and concerned his daughter, Kim. Hearing her name, something in Kim's father shifted. He agreed to talk and led Wubin to the balcony. Kim's stepmother, now suspicious and uneasy, watched them closely from afar, trying to read their lips and gauge their expressions. On the balcony, Wubin turned to Kim's father and broke the news. Kim had been stabbed in prison. For a moment, the world seemed to pause. The glass of champagne in Kim's father's hand slipped and shattered on the ground. Shock overtook him as he asked whether she was all right and what had happened. Wubin, his voice calm but heavy with urgency, explained that he had gone to visit her briefly. As he was about to leave, the attack happened. He told him that Kim's condition appeared critical, and he feared she might not make it. Overcome with rage and grief, Kim's father grabbed Wubin's hand in anger, accusing him of having something to do with it. He lashed out, claiming that Wubin, along with Sunjin and his circle, had always hated Kim, and that they had orchestrated her downfall. This was their plan all along. Wubin, stunned by the accusation, yanked his hand free. His voice now sharpened with frustration and pain. He told him that while his only child was on the brink of death, he was here playing the blame game instead of rushing to see her. He stepped closer, eyes burning with truth, and told him that he, not anyone else, had been the one looking out for Kim while her father lived comfortably with his new family. He pointed out that Kim had been desperate for her father's love, rotting in prison while he celebrated birthdays and enjoyed life. Wubin's final words cut deep. He said that if Kim died, he hoped her father would live in torment until the day he followed her into the ground. With that, he pushed past him and walked out, leaving a stunned silence behind. Kim's father stood motionless, his eyes fixed on the ground, his face pale and unreadable. His wife came up to him, alarmed by what she had seen. She asked what was going on. He barely turned to her, his voice almost lifeless, and told her that Kim had been stabbed in prison. His wife, now concerned, gently took his hand and said she hoped Kim was okay. But he pulled his hand away, telling her that he needed to go see her immediately. Without another word, he rushed out, his heart racing and his mind spinning with guilt and dread. Kim's stepmother stood there, watching him disappear into the night,